What up, traders? What up, investors? Ken here from Dyslexic Investor, and thank you for coming by for this absolutely crazy flipping video here. Honestly, looking at GameStop, I'm speechless. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this very enormous short squeeze. Really, it's been a short squeeze of a lifetime. That's basically what it just should be on the headline here of just like this is an absolutely remarkable move here. Again, it was halted here, but again, we hit a high at like $76. Again, we're going to be jumping into it. Really, just kind of and really just still getting my head around the wraps of everything. It's basically a short squeeze is when folks who are short the stock, who are, again, betting that they are a bear and they want to shoot the stock down because for whatever fundamental reasons or whatever reason behind their short position that they want the stock to go down because of the company, they don't agree with their management or their potential goals or what they're doing. And saying the stock shouldn't exist, this should come down. The price is a little bit highly elevated here. With that bear talking to the market here, it has literally been kicked out of the screen here because the bulls have come in with literally shots and shots of steroids and just completely enhancing growth pharmaceutical substance in their blood and just have rammed the bears into a whole other galaxy. So the folks who are holding this short are literally losing their pants, their shirt, their socks, potentially even their eyelashes with these large move here. Again, when you're short, so the technical term of a short squeeze, normally when people are trying to hold the stock down because they're shorting it, so they have to actually short the shares of someone that has the long shares. If that movement enhances too high, the premiums of the interest of holding that short increases at a very significant rate. They have to get rid of their shorts. So that means they have to literally buy back at a higher price. So if I sold at, let's say, 50 and now it's at 60, I have to pay the difference between that. And of course, that just happens and just lights this huge fire and you get this huge spike up. So let's kind of just jump into the chart here and really looking at this through and through. With that move coming in today, we saw that this happened on the 13th, and now we're seeing it happen again here on the 22nd. And this huge engulfing green target here. So with this, how this happens is, again, people going short, the stock's running up and it's breaking past to whatever people's expectations were, what the shorts were trying to plan for. They could no longer hold the shorts. Then you have this ignition of this rocket ship that just kicks higher. We saw the high of 76.76. Yes, maybe that was some kind of theoretical biblical verse of Fallout 76. I don't know how that happened. 76, fantastic number, horrible game. I was super hyped on Fallout 76. Completely an S show with that one. With that, GameStop giving a nice salute to 76. Coming back down here, again, it was halted, so you're going to see a lot of capitulation and movement going in the stock, but we're looking for, again, that target $71 to $72 is still in sight. With this momentum continue to carry, what could we see in the coming days or coming hours? Potentially, short term is going to be support around $50 to $48. Again, we're looking here in an hourly chart. We normally kind of tie it to a daily chart, but if we zoom out to a daily chart, you just see this enormous amount of volume here. You'll see this on this chart here. We are seeing the day is not even closed yet. It's not even 4 o'clock yet. We're seeing 150 million shares traded. Kind of what we saw basically on that same kind of short squeeze we saw previously. That created more of a sideways action here, which we go back to this pattern here. It was holding the 5 EMA. So potentially we could shoot up here, maybe hold around 60 to even 55. Who knows, even 70 at this point on how strong this move is, and potentially looking for some sideways action. And if those margin calls come in, margin calls could happen today for some folks, and even coming into Monday or Tuesday. That, again, what margin call is as well is you're short a stock, your broker calls you up and says, Mr. Bear, GameStop guy, you're effed. You need to release your shares. If you don't, we'll do it, because you need to add $10 million or whatever the interest they need to pay to able to obligate to hold those shorts. So they're like, oh, snit, let me figure out how to get around this. Most likely, they have to buy the stock back at a tremendous loss, aka hints what we talked about the first term of a short squeeze. So again, I know that the saying of short squeeze gets tossed around quite a bit, but yeah, this is definitely a short squeeze of a lifetime. You see these every once in a while, but this is it's like a majestic unicorn. Again, I don't own any of this, so it's kind of like just watching from the sidelines here. But this is like just watching a very extreme case or something very rare you barely ever see. Again, seeing a unicorn. Again, that's a mythical creature, but that doesn't really kind of tie into this because that's fake and that's magic. But anyways, with GameStop, it is somewhat magical here, gumming up to that 76.76 and then coming right back down here. In the short term, again, we're looking for some support on the 8 EMA, on the daily chart around 40. If we start seeing a break above 40, we could see it back down to 35. With this being said, I'm a little, again, technical speaking, this is, again, a short squeeze. Very difficult to really put any parameters around that on the technical side because, again, we're kind of breaking the laws of physics here. Again, this stock was $2.50 basically in March of last year, okay? Fast forward about 11 months, let's call it 10 months-ish, we're at $76, okay? Let's just do some quick little math here. On that lucky individual who owned a couple shares back here, that has gone up 2,886% in 294 days. Bam. Wow. Wait until you start seeing the Wall Street Bets start posting their gains on this. There's multiple folks that have had super large positions in GameStop. Without Michael Burry, is literally going to be able to buy a state at this point on how much money he's probably made in this particular trade here. With that being said, be super careful with this move again. These very large elevator moves up could cause an elevator move down. So that doesn't mean it's going to come crashing down. But once the overall capitulation and the FOMO and the momentum kind of dies off, again, I have no idea when that can happen. Just letting folks know when the bear is their steroids run out, that could be a little bit of steep fall here. But we're looking for that resistance to the downside again around 48, the 40, 33, and then down to 25. Speaking from a technical standpoint, a pullback even all the way back to 30 would be completely fine. The trend wants to continue. It can pull back to 30. We just don't want it to close below 30, which means, again, if the price closes below the 21 EMA, that kind of erases that momentum in that trade here. Really, it can come back down to $40. Again, $20 lower where it currently is, so another like a 40% drop, and the stock will be still in an upward trend. That's just how enormous this move has been, and really seeing this really paint this really crazy, insane picture. So you're going to see a lot of folks posting some fantastic gains. So looking here on the options trade. So if you bought let's just say the $50 option here, you're up 3,867% today. Okay, that was less than, we can look at some of these prices here. So if I bought the 50 just yesterday, okay, if I bought this 50%, this call yesterday, I would pay 17 cents. It got up to $27, folks. That is what we're talking about on how powerful, if a short squeeze does come into play, on how crazy you can make money. Like, that's insane. If I literally just put $10,000. Let's make it a reasonable number. Let's just say I just put $1,000 into this play. So if I go to calculator, I bought $1,000. I had $1,000, and I wanted to divide that by 17. that would buy me about, let's just call it 58 calls here. So we're gonna buy 58 calls of the $50 strike price. So now we're, oh, why can I go? So we're gonna go 58 times let's say I was very fortunate and I had some really amazing 6 cents, and I will sell at the top. So I would sell it at 27.55. Okay, that's, yeah. Oh, so it's 1,500. No. You got to times that by 100. Okay, so that's what going to get you the real number. You could have made $159,000 in that short a period of time of just vesting $1,000. Doesn't that seem pretty insane to you? Yes, it does. That it seems crazy insane to really see these kind of moves. Again, buying calls for $1,000 at 17 cents, having the honestly the balls to hold something like this. I'm not saying there's a case for this, but seeing this move come up again, we looked at it. It's up 3,500%. This was up substantially even more. Okay, this is almost up 7,000% in a day. Okay, insane. But that's just the power of options. On that note, I kind of want to give the fair warning of like, hey, stocks, options, you've got to kind of know what you're doing. If there is a user who made this particular play, God bless you. That's a perfect trade. You should just kind of hang that on the wall and hang up the hat and just retire on that. Not on that $150,000, but like on that, if you had some serious money behind it, you could have made a lot of money on that. With that being said, please be careful on this one. We're definitely going to be keeping an eye on how GameStop moves in the next coming days or weeks, potentially looking, again, for those margin calls potentially coming out early next week. Of that short squeeze, really pushing a lot of funds that were short or a little bit hesitant on it, could be pushing them out, and we could get maybe another squeeze higher from there. So that being said, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe on the way out the door. And if you're interested, there's a couple affiliate links to look at down below if you're interested in that as well. And the one that I want you to look at is the Discord. The Discord is the link that takes us to the Dyslexic Investor Discord. Great family there. We had talked about Costco snacks, stocks, all kinds of things. Definitely check it out. Hope to see you there. And I'll see you guys on the next live stream or the next video. Again, guys, have a blessed day. This is Ken, the Dyslexic Investor. Peace.